biggest round of applause to these superstars as soon as she shares it, because this does not happen that often. In 6,500 people in our team, we've had 4 personally do this achievement. So, Sarah, over to you, superstar. Go for it.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. So it's been an incredible week. We've had a beautiful couple go Crystal executives. So Bronwyn and Brian Maddock, if we can all get the woo!
Hey, hang on, I need to do a video of that. Can you video that? Brian, Bronny, can you video that? Brian and Bronny, yeah. Oh my God, that's a classic.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, go Sid.
Did you expect it?
I just want to say congratulations. Oh, and we've got the verb, we've got the mom, we've got everything happening there. Save some for Fiji. But these guys have worked so hard. Every conversation I don't think it's happening. I'm like, that's okay, we'll just work it out. And it's very much strategic when you're trying to get to exec, and your first couple of consultants are really hard, but once you work out strategically how you can work this business, I'm going to pass it over to Bron, because you've done all that hard work of getting there, and share with us how you've done it.
Just before I share with you how I've done it, I actually just need to pour an absolute heap of love on everyone. I'm actually going to cry because it means so much to me. There's just this community. I don't know if you're sitting here and you've only been here a week or 10 or 20 or whatever, but you are in a really, really special place. There's a woman over there. Well, first of all, there's a guy there, Greg, who I met in Nashville. He didn't know me from anything. And he met me and we developed a bit of relationship, and he had poured some belief into me. And I gave him so many objections. Oh, man, I don't need this. And I don't know what he saw in me, but there's a whole community here who see things in you that maybe you don't see in yourself. And Greg believed in me and said, give it a crack. And I didn't really think I was going to give it a crack. And Sarah was there, who even invited me and said, come to Nashville. And I thought I was going to see Elvis's house. You've all heard that story. And I ended up at this conference. And then you meet Greg's partner, who's just an absolutely beautiful woman. Rachel McConnell, your wife, Greg, is just adorable. She really is. And she sent me secretively lots and lots of little messages along the way. And they were really empowering for the days of this roller coaster journey. And then along comes Rachel Pedretti, who you can text at 6 in the morning or 6 at night or whenever. And she believes in you too. And people just keep pouring love on you and saying you can do it. Even when you're going, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do it. I just want to say thank you, a huge thank you. I've worked in loads of jobs. I've written books. I've done a crap load of stuff, Airbnbs and everything. Someone walked into my house and we drank this last night. And that meant so much to me. And then I went over to Sarah's today and I received these beautiful flowers and champagne. I've worked in loads of jobs and I don't think anyone has ever celebrated me doing something as much as this group does. So I don't know where you're sitting, what you're thinking or whatever, but there are people on this call, and I'm going to name, I don't usually do this, but I'm going to look around, and there's people here you probably don't know how you've impacted me. So Nina in Nashville befriended me. Like, I didn't know any of these people. There was a bunch of people that Sarah was hanging out with. But Nina, you befriended me. You helped me get dressed for whatever we were going to. I didn't know where I was going, what I was supposed to do. And there are all these young people, and here's old Auntie Bronnie. But the hand of friendship that people reach out to you and give you means the world. Has meant the world to me. I can see Danny. Where's your mum, Danny? Where's Rosa? Is Rosa here? Is Rosa here? I can't see. I've got tears. Rosa also put out that hand to me, right? She made me feel comfortable, like I wasn't around like this kind of young people that didn't really want old people around. You know, there's no generation gap. You know, the 90-year-olds can do it, the 18-year-olds can do it. It depends what you want. Amy up at Celebration, I'd met Amy on these calls and we connected, right, through this call, and I kept going to Amy, oh, are you feeling like me? And I'm feeling like you. And up at Celebration, we started connecting. And then Lucy rocks up down at Sarah's the other night, more connections, great people. So I'm not going to ramble on anymore because I'm actually really good at doing that. Oh, there's Rosanna. But I just want to say, if you're wondering why the heck you're here, you're in the right space. You've got to just work out who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing it. There are people here who will do anything for you. But my biggest love goes out to you, Sarah. Like, I have rung this girl so many times and I just didn't ever think I could do this. And really until today, I actually didn't really know what I'd done. But she just poured belief in me like you wouldn't believe. And she would never say any of my questions were stupid or anything like that. And I just kept asking and asking. And all everyone ever did was help me and believe in me. So, guys, if Auntie Bronnie can do this, right, who's old and daggy and just gives anything a crack.
And skinny.
And now skinny. I can do it too. And our transformation has not just been, it's been more about us. And this company's brought us more together than anything we've ever done in our life. So I love you all. I look forward to many years of spending with all you guys. So if you're sitting here wondering what you're doing, just get out there and give it your best, okay? And then get up and give it another shot tomorrow, okay? I love you guys.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
Wow, we can all go home now.
Yeah. I think that's it for the call, isn't it? 10 minutes in, we're done.
I'm going to shut up. Bye.
All right. Says a massive shout out to you, Sarah, as well. You reached 2-star last week, and everyone in the team, obviously, everything you've done this week. But it is important that we recognise, you know, Sarah and Bronwyn for what they've achieved, and obviously all of their team. Because, and I said it to Bronnie last night in the car on the way home. I said, reaching executive, crystal executive, the reason why it's so powerful is the fact that you actually have to become a completely different person to who you were when you first started. And that is the gift, is the fact that when you start Isagenix and you become an associate, you're one person, but when you become a crystal executive, you are a completely different person, a better version of who you were. And I think that's the biggest thing, is the gift of this is not only do you get to help people transform their life, but you get to completely transform your own life. And, you know, Bronnie and Brian together, you know, you can just see them, they're just a power couple. So, and big shout out to you, Sarah, because I know it takes so much work on the other side to help someone get to that point. Because if you actually looked at all the messages that both of you have had and the phone calls and added all that time up together, you know, you do it because you love each other. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you're working as a team, and that's the best thing. And you get to support people and you get to give them gifts like that. You know, it's the best feeling in the world. So massive congrats. Well done. Rach, did you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I just want to, so for you guys, I want for everybody sitting here on this, like, I know some of you are crying. I can see you guys wiping away your tears, and I can see some of you guys laughing. And I just want you guys to know that you know, Bron has made an impact for so many of you guys. Like, look at how she just celebrated herself. Like, I really want you guys to see that. And like, because we're going to be celebrating you, and I want you guys to make a big deal out of it. You know, I really want our team to start from this week focusing on that first enrollment, that anyone who got a damn double PIB last week, and not just a rank, but I love, like, you know what, like, she's sitting there with a bowl of champagne, but let's really, really, really celebrate what we're doing, because a lot of you are doing such amazing, amazing stuff, and you're not celebrating it, you're not recognizing it, you're thinking you're doing not enough. Whereas Bron, she nearly celebrates farting. Like, come on. Like, she's amazing. So I really love that, Bron, and you've taught us as a team to celebrate more, to have more fun, to have a party. So thank you. It was Bron's idea for the Cougar Awards and the hat. And so, like, she's not just building this business, you know, for her team, she's building a community, and such an incredible, amazing leader. And I just want you guys to know that it's possible and to get so inspired, because why is she upset? Why, you know, what's brought the emotional outburst? It's because of what it means, and like truly knowing like what it means. And, you know, Bron, like, I know the work you've put in, but I know that what really moves you is the seeing people believe in you and you believing in other people. Yeah. And that doesn't happen everywhere. Okay. Who's up for going Crystal Executive? Well, guess what? There's $1,000 bonus out. Thank you to the Cougars for every single one of you. Who knows the date? Who knows the date of the Crystal Reset? Does anybody know it? Really? Come on, June what? Guys, did you get one of these in your boxes? All right, so it's June 29. Okay, so we get an extra day, but June 29, Crystal Executive. Go and write that down. All right, Greg might give you a few tips on how we're going to get there. But yeah, on your fridge, on the mirror where you brush your teeth, in your car, put it everywhere. That's where we're going, okay? All right. And we're going to go Crystal directed.
Awesome.
All right.
Love it. Love it. All right. So I just wanted to share with you guys, we've got a couple of things we're going to go through tonight, which is, you know, really exciting, and call like tonight needs to be celebrated. So the fact that Bronnie hit that is incredible. So tonight we're going to be talking about, you know, working on your mindset, and a book that you can read this week and get into your ears, because it's all about personal development, this process. And then also, Rach is going to be talking about developing, creating consultants. And what we would love is people just to share with us some of their strategies of what they do to create consultants. So clearly, Sarah has created a lot of consultants to get to where she's got to, hitting 2-star. And also Bronnie as well. And we've got other executives who are on the call here as well. And we would love to hear, what do you do to help them become consultant? So that's really important. We're going to go through that as well. So first up, what I want to do is I'm going to share with you a book, and I'll pop it into the thread, but this book is an absolute game changer. Hands up if you have felt in this business stuck. Yep, pretty stuck. Yep, we all get that big time. So the biggest thing that I've found when people are stuck is the fact that they don't know what they need to do. What is the most important thing that you need to do? And there's a book which I put into that thread called Brian Tracy, Eat That Frog. I know that we've chatted about it before and I've shared this with you guys before, but I want to revisit it because it is absolutely a game changer. When you really understand this book and get to it, I know that, you know, I got Luce to look at it this week. Not sure if she's got through the book, but she has got through 3 books in like 2 weeks, so maybe she has already got through it. She has. Hey, Luce, could you unmute and just share with us what was the one thing that you took away from that book that that's going to really change for you and implement for you?
So, hey guys, hope everyone's had a good day. For me, Eat That Frog really just got my mind into dealing with the biggest thing that I have to deal with on that day. So I work by to-do list anyway. It's just the way that I usually work. So I've got it all written down, and it's the biggest thing, the most important thing, and the thing that's going to have the biggest impact on where I see myself down the track career-wise. That's the thing that I do first, and I make my number one priority for that day. So it's all good having it written down and having it on your list, but the number one thing that's going to bring you closer to where you see yourself, that's the thing that you tackle first in the morning before 9 a.m, as Greg says. And that just puts you in good stead for the rest of your day, and things just sort of seem easier, and you sort of can tackle things you're on a roll, I guess, for the rest of your day if you can tackle that number one thing that's the most important first thing in the day. So that's the best thing that I've taken out of the book, and it's just one of the many great books that Greg suggested, so I highly recommend for everyone.
Thanks, Luce. Appreciate you sharing. That's great. And I think that you've really got to understand that if you are stuck, that it's mindset, nothing else. It's not the products, it's not the company, it's not the comp plan, it's got nothing to do with that. If you are stuck in your business right now, which is okay, it's all right. We all go through that period. It's almost like driving in quicksand. You're like, oh my God, what's going on? The reality is that you're not eating the biggest frog first. You're essentially waiting till the end of the day to eat that most important frog. And because it is so hard to eat because it's a frog, you don't eat it. So then what happens is it starts to become, it compounds in your mind, and procrastination turns up. So over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about, really diving into your why and to your story. And I know that I shared this with Amy the other week, and she shared on the call the other week, which really made a big impact to a few people in our team. The fact that they even wrote a message or did a video on our team call about their why. So if you're struggling and you're stuck, most important thing is you need to know why you are doing what you're doing. That's number one. Number two is you need to really understand what is the most important thing that you need to do in Isagenix. And I would love to see in the comments below what you think the most important thing in building your Isagenix business is. What is the biggest frog that you need to eat? Put it in the comments. I'd love to see and view the comments. I'll be excited. Why can't I? There we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. Nurturing relationships. Yep, that's awesome. Send direct messages. Yep, that's good. Anyone else got any ideas what the most important frog is? Calls, new connections, connecting with people, consistency, creating consultants, new connections, sharing your story. Love that. Asking people to take a look. Conversations, passionate, inviting, then following up. Love it. IPA, yep, awesome. So the reality is the number one frog in your business is the square at the end of the day. How many times did you share your story, your Isagenix story today? That is it. That is the only frog that you need to eat in order to move your business forward. So if you come into this business and you start from scratch and your first 10 things that you do are Facebook posts, that is not eating the biggest frog. The biggest frog is understanding your story and sharing that story with the people that actually know, like, and trust you, to the point where they're going to connect with your pain point and they're going to connect with the solution that you found. So just put a square anywhere on your whiteboard, on a piece of paper. Right now, just put a square on your piece of paper. And I want you to write a number in that square of how many times did you share your Isagenix story today? How many times did you share it today? Not yesterday, just today. And then what I want you to do is I want you to put another square next to it. And I want you to write, how many times have you shared your Isagenix story in the last 7 days? I don't know about you, but 30 days, I can't really remember what I did 30 days ago. So 7 days is enough. But if you can get really clear on those two boxes, how many did you do it today and how many for the last 7 days? That number will tell you whether you're moving forward or moving backwards in your business. And if you can teach and train this to your team, the coolest thing you can ever say to someone if they're struggling and they're whinging and they're whining and they're complaining about their business is just ask them to do that exact activity. Just want you to draw a box. Can you just draw a box for me? And they're like, yeah, I can draw a box. Awesome. Draw a box. Now put the number inside the box of how many times you shared your story today. That will help you train your team, because then you want to ask them those questions of, okay, so what's holding you back in order for you not to have a 3 in that box or a 5 in that box or a 10 in that box? What is it that's holding you back? Is it the fact you don't know why you're doing it? Is it the fact that you feel like your friends are, you're making money off your friends? Is, you know, have you got pyramid scheme in your mind? Have you got like it's too expensive? Like what is it that's holding you back? All right. So Brian Tracy this week, that is what I would love to share with you guys, and really get you understanding that if you continue to work on your mindset, if you continue to grow your mind while you're doing this business, then you've got the ability to grow a large team. It's only when you stop growing your mind that your business will stop. It'll get to a point where it'll plateau. Everyone's does. That might be when you get to consultant, your business stops because you're not working on your mind. It might be when you get to, you know, $100,000 a year and you're not working on your mind and it just stops and stalls because you need to work on leadership or you need to work on, you know, another skill. So just to give you a bit of a snapshot of the book, you know, it's literally about deciding what you want and writing out your goals, plan it in advance. But the 80-20 rule, and I love this from the book, is that the first 2 things on your list, the first 2 uncomfortable frogs will literally take care of 80% of the productivity of your day. Just get that down. The first 2 things, the 2 biggest frogs will take care of 80% of your day. And why am I sharing this with you guys? Because it's not just for your Isagenix business. This is literally for you in your everyday life, job, like with kids. What's the 2 biggest frogs you got to do with your kids, right? In the morning, get them sorted, right? Whatever it is. But if you can talk to 3 to 5 people before you get to the gym or before you get to work, share your story, then your day is off and running. I got that tip from Andrew Logan. He said that by 6:30 in the morning, he's already shared his story 3 times. Then he goes to the gym. Then whatever happens for the rest of the day is a bonus. This guy earns 700 to 800,000 a year plus. So he knows what he's talking about.
So Greg, how is Andrew sharing his story with 3 people by 6:30 a.m.? Who wants to know that answer?
Yeah, good question. So what do you mean, how is he sharing it? Like as in his background, problem, solution, future?
Like, is he going to a cafe at 6:30 in the morning? Is he on Instagram?
Online.
Is he on Facebook? Is he on Twitter? Are they his mates?
Yeah, great question. So it's all online. So he does it all online. So his connections are all online. He's got a large business in Canada, US. So from a timing point of view, he's connecting with people at 6:30 in the morning. So the people that he wants to connect with are obviously up at that time. So, you know, is he going to connect with people that sleep in? Maybe not. But your time in the morning is crucial. So whatever time you want to get up in the morning, and the reality is if you get up 1 hour before your alarm, work on your Isagenix an hour before your alarm. get your post set for the day, get the people that you're going to connect with for the day. But make sure that that frog that you're eating is sharing your Isagenix story. Sharing your story and getting people paid, so enrolling and getting people paid are the two biggest income producing activities that you can do. All right. So the last 2 weeks has been about creating and developing your story. Hands up who has actually got a story that they're really happy with. Sarah, good. Marlena, Ronnie, awesome. Would anyone like to open up and share their story, just for someone who'd never heard how people share their story? Go for it, Bronnie.
Okay, so I'm online, guys. So before Isagenix, I was very tired. I was extremely stressed, and I actually was carrying 14 kilos of weight that I've carried around basically for all my life. And I was not in a very happy place in many ways in my life. And my lovely niece Sarah came along, rocked along, looking absolutely amazing. And I said, I want it's Pippa. I want what you've got. And I just said, send me the box. I'm going to do the shakes, but I'm not doing any of that cleansing. Today, I'm 14 kilos lighter. I'm awake at 6 o'clock every morning. I'm clear in the head about my intention, about who I interact with, about being positive, about what I actually want to achieve in my life. I'm growing personally, and I am helping and learning so many ways to help so many other people. And that's what drives me, is sharing it with people that I can help to improve not only their physical health, which I've done, but now I'm helping people grow financially, and that's just what lights me up.
Love it, Bronnie. Thank you. Great share. Awesome. One thing I'd like to say to you guys with your story, and I've said this to one of our superstars in New Zealand. I've asked her to send me her story, but she can only send it to me if she can do it via voice message. Therefore, it can't be any more than a minute. And I think that's key when you're sharing your stories. It's got to be snappy, to the point, under a minute. And if you understand that you can practice it with voice messages to your upline, to people that are teaching you and helping you, if it's under a minute, it's going to be snappy and to the point. So I suggest that you all focus on that this week, of getting your story. We've done it on Healthy Living and Team Free, but workshop it with your leader, person who's helping you out. Send them your story, because I know that I've gone over this 3 weeks in a row, but I cannot stress enough how powerful this is. You own your story, and you're going to share it more often. You don't really know what your story is, and you don't really own it. It's hard. We'll have one more. Does anyone else want to share?
Yeah, go on, I'll share mine, Greg.
Hey, go for it, buddy.
All right. So before Isagenix, I was looking to lose some kilos and improve my performance at the gym. I was basically lethargic, no energy, overweight. Then I came across this post on Facebook, which I inquired about a cleanse, and started the next day, the next week, when my box arrived, and suddenly my energy shot through the roof. I lost the kilos I wanted to lose. I'm smashing it at the gym now, and I'm a different person. And now in my 50s, I've got heaps more energy than I've ever had, and I just feel so passionate about it. I just want to let everyone know how good this system is.
Awesome, Pete. Love it. Thank you. Hey, Pete, that was 42 seconds, my man. Love your work. Let's give him one of these ones. Sorry for timing you, but I just wanted to check. 42.
It's
So
just,
you could.
yeah,
so
just
you-
quickly, Greg, you just mentioned about quick and snappy. On Saturday, I'm doing part of it. I'm doing a self-expression and leadership program at the moment. Some of you may have heard of Landmark. And at the weekend, they were saying, and we've heard it before as well, you can talk somebody into something, but you can very quickly talk them out of it again. And if you go for too long, which I kind of did at one of my shares the weekend, you just kind of lose people. And so you got to know to stop. That's what I learned.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that if everyone understands that, like we've got a 30-second template with Isogenics, less is more. So the less you say is more powerful. And the other thing you've got to understand with our story is no one cares. No one actually cares about your story. And when you understand that, it's way more powerful, right? They only care about your pain point and the solution you found. That is it. That is it. Because they're in pain, they want a solution. Your story matches what they're trying to do. Great, I want more info. They don't want to know if your dog's got 3 legs and your cat fell over and then you found Isogenics and then you just rolled on your doorstep and then all of a sudden they don't care at all. So just keep it short, keep it snappy. All right. So I'm just going to recap. Eat that frog this week. Get your story under a minute. Voice message it to someone this week. I would love for you guys to be sending it either to someone you want to have accountability partner with, your upline, whatever it is, your leader, because this is power. Then, in a box, how many people are you sharing that with a day? If you're not writing any numbers in that box, work on why. All right. So I'm going to hand it over to Rach. She's going to talk about creating consultants and some of the things that she does to create consultants, because she's absolutely created so many over the time. Maybe Sayers and Bronnie, if you could maybe get ready of how you guys have been so successful in creating consultants, what are the things that you guys do? So go for it, Rach.
Okay. Who's having a fun on this call? Yeah, awesome. Are you getting stuff out of it? It beats Netflix and Married at First Sight, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. I don't know how we're going to change the world with Married at First Sight, but the first thing I want to go through is who would like more consultants? Yeah. So a consultant is when you enroll, a consultant is when you have one person on the left, one person on the right. And we love to make consultants, right? I would love all of you guys to be consultant making machines, all right? Because do you know what that means? You know, that means that you're getting your people paid. And when they're paid, what happens? They keep reordering. The key to retention is to get people paid. Now, even your product users want to be paid, all right? They might not be here for the business, but they still want to be paid. They still want their products for free. They still want to make money. And then we've got our business builders. Well, guys, if we don't get our business builders paid, guess what? They're out. They're not going to stay, all right? You're not going to stay around unless you're getting paid, all right? But there's a few little strategies, and I'm going to call on Sarah. Sarah, did you learn some of this well, you do this anyway, but did you get some great stuff? Yeah, awesome. I'm going to come over to you a lot. Do you just want to do it? Yeah?
I'll jump in because on the weekend, well, I've just got back from Success Summit in Sydney. So basically, Success Summit is once you hit exec and you stay paid as exec for 3 weeks, you then qualify to go to Success Summit. And Success Summit is basically, well, Alan and Larry Hilsinger trained us for 2 intense days of training and shared their systems and all their tools and tricks. So it was just amazing. And we got to hang out with all the other execs, and there was 28 businesses in the room, which was amazing, and really pick each other's brains. So what a lot of the other teams are doing, you know, like It sounds like we've got an incredible team, let me just tell you guys, because there's a lot of lone soldiers out there that don't have a team and they don't have team calls. So tap into this. It's very important. And bring your team along to the call. That's another really important thing, because together you can't teach them everything. And so if you can get them to an event like a team call, it's just the beginning. And that's how I learned at the start. So it's really important. So that's the first thing. But Alan ran through his systems, and they're very much very similar to what Greg's created. But most importantly, I just want to share something first. So in regards to what Greg was saying in your numbers, I had a play centre. And if I ever ran out of chips, now chips were like, our hot chips were like the signature dish. If I ever ran out of chips, I had no stock. I had no stock in my business. So if I ran out of that food, I had no stock in my business. Guess what our stock is in this business? It's people. It's talking to people. That is our stock in this business. So if you have run out of stock, if you have run out of chips, we need to go and find some. And if I run out of stock, I'd go to Aldi and get some. So I suggest you all go down to Aldi and start talking to some people. Not Aldi, but start talking to some people. So that is so important. And that analogy, when I listened to Larry said it, I was like, it's so simple. So I really suggest, and we've had a bit of a workshop today, get everyone, start afresh. Get a book, and I'm starting afresh. It's got no names in it. And literally leave it on you all the time and start taking stock of what's in your business. Because if there's no names in this book, you haven't got a business. So please start, and it can be people that you've already spoken to, but write them down and start consolidating it all. I don't know how. Some people do it computer. That's absolutely fine. But if you've literally spoken to someone, you know, this could be translated to however you take care of your stock levels. But this is what I'm doing. Back to basics. Alan and Larry have been doing this for nearly 6 years. They said this is the best way that they can take care of their stock. So leave this as your stock take book, okay? So that's the first thing. Second thing is the measure in your business. So I ran through, they ran through basically their systems. And the first one was, sorry, hang on, let me get them up. I don't want to get this wrong. So the first thing, I have had a lot of events go on since I took these in the last couple of days. Okay, so the first system was how to build, and so basically it was how to build, so collecting your stock, and the next one was how to share with people and how to get your people to share with people. So we've all got lots of people that, so all are personally enrolled, but it's a matter of, and I'm really guilty of this, so don't think if anyone else is, like I'm really guilty of this, is how can you get them to share with people? And this is how we can create consultants. So the most incredible point was, obviously we all sit there and, you know, with my people, I'm really guilty of not actually holding their hand and creating that first social media post. So that is number one. And most importantly, in that social media post is we want to have their 3 pain points. So you get them to talk about their 3 pain points in that social media post. Now, I've just done this with one of my girls on Sunday. She shared it on her social media. She's actually we've got 3 calls booked in from that share. So, and also very important is when they share that social media post, and I can put an example of one up, and maybe we can do that on the team. You know, Greg's done that in the systems, you know, a few examples of social media posts. But we also set them up at that point to, now this might not get any people, like, you know, just so you know, but this is just creating that curiosity. So not thinking like they're going to do this post and they're going to have 10 people sign up straight away. That's not going to work, right? So always create that expectation. We're just going to do this. Now this is to create curiosity and get people watching, okay? The next thing that you're going to do with your people is you're going to sit down and we're going to say, hey, now look, who do you know, who do you love and care about and that could benefit from this system, the health side of the system? You know, who do you know that you really love, that you feel that? So I would have sat down and I would have gone, okay. And so I'm going to sit there and I'm going to talk to them about 10 people, their warm market, that they're going to discuss and have conversations with. And for instance, Dad, I really love you. And I feel that on your bike, you know, like I feel that you could, well, could you do with some extra energy? And I've been using this system and I know that you love and trust me and I'd really like for you to give it a shot. My dad's like, okay, I can't say no to you. You're my daughter. Of course, I'm going to give it a shot. So that's one. So we want to set them up for success at that point where they can go and talk to 10 people. And even if they're not going to say yes, they're going to let them down gently, because you don't want to send them out there and talk to 10 cold prospects about what they're doing. And then they come back and they go, I can't do that. That's not for me. And they wipe it and they never share with anyone again. So it's really important at that point, once we've done the social media post, that then we sit with them and we work with them with those warm market of people. So next, sorry, am I taking too long?
No, you've got as long as you need. This is brilliant. Okay. Who's getting stuff from this?
Yeah, okay. So yeah, we're going to share with those people that, so we call it like the easy 10 list. Right? So going out and talking to that easy 10 list. So then we're going to discuss, you know, who they've spoken to and what the content has been. So plan the talk. So then we're going to discuss with them how it went. So Alan and Larry literally hold their people's hand at this point still. And if it's a little message, they say, send it back to me. So you're going to encourage your cleansers to say, you know, have you had the discussion with the 10 people that we've talked about? And then we're going to talk about those discussions with the people, right? And then at that point, because you could turn around and they could have gone, oh, try this and you need to try this. And then you can actually help and suggest, you know, the other ways that they could have gone around it, or what might have worked better or a little bit better for them. So that's what they do, the next point. And basically, you know, then they basically, sorry, the next part is social media proofing. So basically add any interested people once they've then spoken to them to the Healthy Living page. So it's really basically doing their story, creating their easy 10 list, and working with them on discussing the conversations, and then those people that they've discussed it with, adding them to their social media page and supporting them. Because most people are not going to get started from that initial conversation, but then they'll get that social proofing, because they'll go onto the social media page and they'll read other people's stories, which is why it's so important that we're all sharing our stories on there. And then from there, it'll help overcome any objections that those guys have as well. So, yeah, that's basically what Alan and Larry do. And then from that point, we follow up. And we say, how are you finding the page? Can I get you on a call? You know, can we discuss? So they're basically the steps that they do. And I guess I do in a roundabout way, but not that easy 10 list was like a boom moment for me, because Bronnie said, oh, you know, Janet, you know, she's gone out and spoken to all these people, but she can't. Then when Bronnie went over and spoke to two sisters, it was like, they're an easy 10 list. It was sort of, So, and they're going to let you down easy. So yeah, hope that's helpful.
That was amazing. I love that. And that brings me to something else. So Sarah, I love listening to Sarah. We learn so much, don't we? And you know, the best way that you can compliment Sarah is to go and do exactly what she just said and grow your business. But just love on her, all right? On post, we'll go and get the nugget and put it on Team Free that you've just learned, all right? Okay, so Alan Hilsinger is in Melbourne, Sunday the 24th. We are getting more tickets. I've spoken to him. I've spent all day getting a new venue. All right, just invite. I mean, last week, you guys were doing the 10% off. This week, it is inviting to that event, all right? You can text people, you can message people, but honestly, I believe you need to pick up the phone or you need to send a voice message. Hey, what are you doing Sunday night, 7 p.m.? I'm going to this thing. It may or may not be for you, but I really feel that you could benefit. Is it okay if I share my story with you? All right. And so you're going to be sharing your story. You're going to be sharing why you know, how this has impacted you and why you think they should come. Do you think that's going to be a pretty powerful invite? Yeah. And that goes the same for you, Nikita, for Tassie as well. So Sunday is prospects, all right, for the business. But I would be contacting all of your cleansers and getting them all along. Invite like you're inviting them to a party. But this is the party that is never going to end, all right? Isagenix. It's the party that can change your life, all right? Now, I'm going to go back to consultants. So there's a few things that Sarah's covered, and there's a few that I just want to, a few little extras, all right? So with creating consultants, a lot of people think that creating a consultant just happens once they've enrolled, once they've given you their credit card. I know that so many people are fearful of talking about money, talking about a rebate, talking about, you know, inviting your friends to do this with you before someone has said yes to getting started, because you've got your own problem with money, or you're fearful of the rejection, or you're worried about being judged. All right. But what we need to do is we need to get rid of all the weirdness. We need to get rid of all the crazy talk and thoughts, because a lot of the reason somebody won't get started in Isagenix is because they can't afford it. But if you help them get paid, they can afford it, can't they? So you can have instant consultants. So whenever I'm talking to somebody about Isagenix, they don't need to wait until they're started to do that curiosity post that Sarah mentioned. When you're talking to somebody for the first time, I'm always planting seeds, always having conversations, all right? And guys, there's no template that you can follow for this. This is just practice. Because when I did it, trust me, it was like I was spitting out rose bushes. It was just horrible. It was disgusting. It was prickly and yuck, and it was weird. But as I've just done it and had more conversations, it's become easier. All right. So when you're talking to someone, I'll be always, they're interested in Isagenix for whatever reason. Maybe I've shared my story. Maybe they've seen a post or whatever. But I'm like, would you like to know how to get your products for free? Did you know you can earn an income from this? Would you like to eat for free? Okay. You're asking the question, would you know anybody who would like to do this with you? The best thing I say at the end is, do you know the best thing about this is you can get it for free and you can earn extra money on the side. Does that interest you? Now, if they're not interested, don't worry about it. But most people will want to know how, yeah? When they say how, let me grab can you just grab a piece of pen and paper? I want you to draw something. Now, guys, you can send the links to things. You can send the link to You Share, They Share, Repeat. You can send them a link to a video. But the most impactful thing for you to do is to draw it out. And if you're on the phone, you get them to draw it out. All right? So find somebody to practice with, and you draw it out with them, and they draw it out with you. All right? So,
Rach.
Yep.
So can you give me a money objection? So Rach, you want to get started. Is there something that's stopping you?
But Sarah, I can't. Yeah, I would love to do it. I cannot wait to do it. I'm in, but I just can't afford it.
So Rach, is money something that often stops you from doing the things you do?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if I could show you a way, would you be open to taking a look at that then?
Yeah, yep. I would have to, yeah, absolutely. So
Awesome.
guys, you know what Sarah just did? She just said, if I, would you? So grab your piece of paper and a pen and write this down. If I,
this is what happened.
Yep,
Yeah.
if I, would you? Okay.
Is money something that often stops you from doing the things you do?
Yeah, do you guys get that? Write it down.
That's what Alan uses for every money objection.
Yeah, and the thing is, a money objection is great because we've got a way right through it, don't we? That is one of the best things with network marketing. We can get straight through it. I really want you guys to think about this though. A lot of people have shame around money, and they won't tell you that they can't afford it, and they won't tell you that it's because of money that they don't want to do it or they can't do it. All right? So make sure that you're always showing them how to get their products for free. All right? Make sure that you if somebody gets excited about this, ask them, would you like to put a post on your Facebook or on your Instagram, and talk them through it. You have to hold their hand. People don't know how to post about this kind of stuff. You have to show them. We have to, exactly what Sarah said, the three points. There's templates around. You know what I mean there? Hold their hand. You wouldn't just give a bike to a kid and say, here, go ride it. You have training wheels. You push them along. You encourage them till you take the training wheels off. This is the same. All right? So we're doing curiosity Facebook posts before they're started with pain points. We're planting seeds and having lots of conversations. We're drawing out You Share, They Share. We're asking them if they've got any friends or family who might want to join. And we're dealing with money objections. Yeah? And they haven't even started yet. All right? We can get them on 3-way calls. All right? We can get them on our business Zoom presentation. There's so many things. All right. Now this is the fun part. They're started. All right. They're in. Now the reason why people don't go, don't want to share or don't become a consultant is because so many of them think that it's too hard. All right. Or they have a negative limiting belief. So one way to get through that is by setting them up properly, giving them great support. All right. Now you're always listening for positive. You're always asking questions and looking for the positive. Do you know anyone else who would like that? Do you know anyone else who would like to do that? All right. Day 6, you're doing a phone call, okay? Because you're all following the 5-star customer service guide, yeah? And day 6, we do a call, and a lot of you are doing even more frequently, all right? And you're asking them about their results again. Encourage them to share their results with their family, with their friends on social media. Day 14, repeat, all right? And so what you're looking for is you're looking for them to now be in a place where they believe in Isagenix. You've supported them great. and now they're open to their friends and family doing it. Yeah. And always, 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 be revisiting the getting their products for free, the eating for free. Now, I want to talk about people who are coming in for the business. All right. That's really important as well. Okay. And creating consultants. So what I've just covered is really like a product user sort of tracked and all the different ideas and ways. With the people that are coming in for the business, guys, creating consultants, we've got a system, don't we? Write a list, contact the list, do a post, and follow them up, and then 3-way call or a Zoom presentation. All right. Now we're working on that list so that it's easier for you guys, but you just have to go into the announcements post on Team Free, and you need to just click on, is it how to build a business, Greg? Yeah, go and click on how to build a business, and there it is. It's one piece of paper. All right. So I believe the people that are here for how to build a business, they're coming in with that. It's even easier because they want it. All right. And it's a step-by-step process. And Sarah gave you so many great tips about the list. And that's not just for product users. That's for people who are interested in income as well. All right. I think with consultants, it's, how with enrolling, you've got to have lots of conversations to enroll somebody. It's the same with consultants. You've just got to have lots of conversations. All right. And trust me, they're listening even when you think that they're not, because they come back to you and they're like, hey, I've got my 2, I'm ready. And I'm like, how do you even know, to come back with 2? And I must have told them once upon a time when I thought they weren't listening. All right. So I think that I would love to see everybody just go over to Team Free announcements, click on how to build a business. And when you've done that, please show me your phone to the screen. Awesome. I see Allison. Perfect. You're out. Who else has got it? All right. Lucy for the win. Sarah. Come on. Who's next? Greg, good one. Shez. Tremaine. Joe. Oh, those of you with your screens off, I'm just expecting that you're naked. Yeah? All right. So for anybody wondering, Team Free Facebook page, announcements, how to build a business. Louisa, boom. All right. Amanda, Melina. Who else? Who was first? Pete McCullough, good one. All right. Amy's naked. Laura's naked. Rosanna, I saw your screen go on. Hey, Kat. Hey, welcome to everybody who's brand new as well. Awesome. All right. If you don't know how to find, hey, Nina. If you don't know how to find that post in the announcements, Nicole, Jody, Shez, I love you. Save it to your iBooks, all right? And we're going to do something like this every week just so that you know where to find something. All right, so this week, guys, we're creating consultants and we are getting everybody to this event in Melbourne on Sunday, okay? Boom. I love it. Greg, going to hand over to you. I reckon we just celebrate Bron to the cows.
Oh, yeah. That's all I was going to say is just let's give it up for Sarah for sharing tonight. Let's give a massive one of these for Sarah. So well done, Sarah.
Unmute, guys. You can unmute.
Give Sarah the, what do we call it?
Yeah!
Honey Bonnie legend!
Honey Bonnie! Honey
Impressive, Sarah. Congratulations, Bronwyn.
Yeah.
So
Like-
who's
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Absolutely epic. You know,
You know what, Greg, though? I can't wait to see who we're going to celebrate next. That's what I'm so excited about.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
got my
who's
Hooters
next?
ready.
Who's next?
Can I just give one little bit of gold statistically? So head office ran through lots of stats, but this one that we learned at Success Summit. So the average new executive at the moment in Isagenix takes 14 months, right? And they're worth 60 new customers to your business, okay? But the average new Crystal executive takes 4 months. They're worth 40 customers to your business straight up after 4 months. But after 14 months in your business, they're worth 250 new customers. So if you can get someone there fast, so 14 months and 60 customers, or 4 months or after a year, so that a year and 250 new customers, like that is huge growth in your business. So if you can walk with them, and like Bronnie and I guess we've got a really good relationship. We've been there, held each other's hand literally. If you can do that and get them there and hold someone's hand like they're your auntie and they're willing to run with you, do it. Pretty good stat.
Yeah, that's an incredible stat, isn't it? It blows your mind, doesn't it? So thanks, Sarah. That's so good.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you so much for sharing tonight. It was awesome. The knowledge you've gained from being at the Success Summit. So there's another clue, guys. Sarah gets to the Success Summit. She gets trained by, Alan and Larry Hilsinger, who are earning, upwards of $700,000 a year or 500 odd plus a year in their business. And she's getting gold nuggets dropped into her little world, into her mind, and sharing it with you guys. So that's what's cool about our team, is they come back and they share, so you guys get to, hear that information secondhand. So thanks, guys. Thanks, Bronnie. Absolute superstar. Who's next? That's all I got to say. Eat that frog. Let's finish off with the bull fingers, whatever we want to call it. I don't know what we do. Who knows? It's just bringing the weirdo out in us, isn't it? You guys are all weirdos. I'm a weirdo. Let's all just be great weirdos.
I want to see more people on next week's call. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's invite more people.